So this was supposed to be March break for thousands of Ontario students. It is not. Educational strategist and author of Launch Your Kids, Kristoffy, has some tips to help students stay on track and help parents as well. Good morning.
Hi, Annette. How are you today?
Very well, thank you. Now, what is your number one tip for, students slugging all the way through now until the middle of April?
I would say pace yourselves. This is going to be the longest March ever, and we just came out of spring forward, so it's a really tiring time. Just pace yourselves and do the best you can.
And this is whether they're doing in-school learning or in-home learning, correct?
Correct. It's been a long season.
Very long season. And at what point, you have a tip about kind of celebrating the small victories. What are some of the small victories?
Well, I think just getting assignments in on time, making your bed in the morning, getting in an exercise routine, eating well, just finishing a school day and finding something that you've done well. These are small wins. And in a normal year, at a normal time, we would be trying to, accomplish a lot of curriculum outcomes, get really high marks, do well in extracurriculars. Right now, with the conditions that we have and all of the closures and life just isn't normal for us. So we have to be very easy on ourselves and focus on well-being over academics.
Right, and that's entire families too as well, especially if the child is learning at home and mom or dad are working at home at the same time.
Absolutely. Moms have to be very easy on themselves, dads as well. Parents have to give themselves a break, go easy on yourselves with guilt. Just, work as a family, collaborate, laugh at the mistakes, just get through it.
Is it a good idea to check in with your students all the time as a parent? Because you think about it when they're at school, you wouldn't necessarily be kind of looking over their shoulder to see what they're doing, or should you leave them alone?
I think it depends on the child for sure, but I think checking in on a regular basis with your kids to see how they're doing from a mental health perspective is really important. A great way to do that is ask your kids how they feel on a scale of 1 to 10. Maybe 10 is feeling fantastic, I've never felt better, and 0 is today's not going so great. I would check in for mental health all the time, but in terms of academics, leave that to the teachers. Let them sort it out. They're trained professionals. They're very good at what they do. And if kids are falling behind, they're going to get them caught up. These are not regular conditions that we're dealing with. So let's not expect the outcomes and, results and progress to be like a regular time.
That's a very good point, yeah, because teachers know what they're doing. They do this all the time, right?
Absolutely.
It's just in unusual circumstances. At what point, though, if you see your child is falling behind, do you talk to the teacher about maybe bringing in some extra help?
Absolutely. Talk to the teacher if you need to. If you're feeling like there's something going wrong, they know exactly what they're doing. They will put in place some accommodations if needed. I recommend if you sense falling behind with your child, you can possibly supplement their learning. Look at some online platforms, some free stuff that you can find on the internet to solidify learning. There's a great new program out of Sweden. It just launched last week. It's called Banogi. And it's an educational app and platform that helps kids catch up and solidify their learning in all areas of the curriculum. As well, there's other free things that kids can do. They can upload math problems to the internet and figure out how to do something that they're struggling with. If needed, definitely outsource. Get a tutor. If that's a concern, address it.
Right, and just deal with things kind of as they come and know that we're kind of, I know it's so cliche, we're all in this together, right? But everybody's dealing with things differently. So thanks very much, Jane. We'll get the link up to all of your social media and your website, chch.com.
Thank you.